how can you handle objections as soon as they come up, or when you can feel them coming up, in a confident and effective way? I'm going to give you a 3-step 3F formula. Maybe you're familiar with it, but I'm going to tell you a little tweak to it that I find very, very helpful. In case we haven't met before, my name is Katrin from Bloom with Katrin. I'm coming live to you from the beautiful Bavarian forest over here in Germany. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Where are you planted on the beautiful planet we all call our home? And as well, say hello if you're on live and on the replay, so I can come back and give you a little love later on. So, has it ever happened to you that you had, a potential, a prospect, somebody who was interested in what it is that you offered them, and then an objection came up? And has it ever happened to you? Because I know it has happened to me a lot of times, that it actually, it derailed me kind of. I got nervous, I got defensive. I didn't really know how to handle the situation, rather the objection, in a cool way, in an effective way, and in a way that we actually were able to continue the conversation on good terms. Let me know whether you can relate, because I know this was me. And only yesterday, actually, I had a really good conversation with a lady who was thinking about, doing or joining the team, starting the business, and then a major objection for her came up, and this was hers. And what's the objection you hear most of the time? I'd be intrigued to know, because this is one that keeps coming up more and more frequently for me, and that is, or in conversations that I have, and that is, I don't want to become that salesy kind of salesperson. That's not me. I can't do that. I don't want to do that, so I can't do this business, right? And what happened to me in the conversation we had yesterday was really, I was not in the least, I wasn't getting defensive anymore, because when this objection used to come up, I used to get defensive of well, is that how I come across to you? Really? Okay, so that really flustered me. And so here's what I did instead. I actually validated her feelings, and that's step number 1 to that 4-step process that I'm going to be giving to you right now. Okay, that's really because I remembered what a mentor of mine told me. It's an objection is not a no. An objection, is not an offense. It's a question. Okay, it's is this legitimate? When they say, this sounds expensive, it might be, is it worth my money? Is it going to give me the value I need, right? So you can actually work with that. And in my example, right, with that lady was I don't want to become a salesperson. I'm not a salesperson. I'm somebody different. It's not who I want to become. I was okay, well, what is it exactly that you mean when you say you don't want to become a salesperson? We actually went deeper, if you wish, into what that actually meant to her. So I asked her a question. That's step number 2. Ask them a W question. Okay, not a yes, no, but a what question. What makes you ask this? Or what exactly do you mean when you say you don't want to become a salesperson? Or what makes you think you need to become a salesperson in order to do this, right? And we actually, we uncovered what it really was that she didn't want to become. She didn't want to become the person on social media who sends out a friend request, and next thing you know, you're added to some sort of group, or you, you were only contacted and only friend requested, not because the person was truly interested in who you are, but in treating you like a prospect, right? That everybody's a prospect kind of mentality. And she said, I don't want that. And I can so relate. And that's actually step number 3. That's step number 1. So let's backtrack here a little. We validate their feelings, whatever the objection is. Don't get defensive. Remember, it's not a no, it's not an offense, it's a question. Although it's not, said in a question mode, maybe. Okay, so we want to validate the feelings. If I'm looking over there, I've got my notes over there, that's why. Number 2 is ask a question. What makes you say this? What is it exactly that you mean when you say this? So you can actually invite them to dig a little deeper themselves. What is it actually that they mean? And I do hope that you can still hear me, because there's a huge lorry driving across my, or just outside my house right now. So step number 3 is feel, felt, found, the 3F formula. Maybe you've heard this before. You know how it goes, right? I know how you feel because I felt the same way, and here is what I found. So here's what I told her. I was like, I so understand how you feel, because I don't want to become or be regarded a salesy person, because that's not who I am. I want to bring value to everybody I come in contact with, right? But I used to feel the same way. I felt the same way. I felt like, okay, if this is what I have to do, I'm not cut out for this. And I actually waited years after, being introduced to amazing products I still use today, before I actually even, considered the business side and aspect of things, because I did not want to become that person. So I can fully relate to her. Let me know whether you can feel that too, right? And then here's what I found. I actually found a different way. To me, I found a more effective way, a more professional way, a more caring way, if you please. And if that's you, and you want to dive a little bit deeper, I do have a 10-day free bootcamp for you that I would love for you to take a look at, so you can really uncover a different way of doing things, because you don't have to be sending out those cold messages, copy pasted all the time, that maybe is not sitting well with you as well. Okay, so there is a different way. So that is what I told her. I'm so thankful I found a different way. And now actually I've found a way of dealing with objections that is congruent to who I am, and that is always going to keep the conversation going. And no more stopping the conversation because how can you think that of me? Or how can you, bring up that objection again? This is so, 80s or whatever, right? And don't you know that this is not illegal and all those kinds of things, right? That sometimes we do get into when we actually get defensive. So let's not do that anymore. Okay. And number 4 is again a question. How does that sound? What's your thoughts on this right now? And that's really what keeps the conversation going, and the two people talking to each other on good terms. So that's really all I have for you. It's really about no longer having to be afraid of objections, no longer having to, put off conversations that, you feel, okay, she might be interested, but she hasn't, signed up yet. So maybe she's got objections and I don't really know how to handle them. I hope this video is going to help you. I hope you'll remember it when an objection comes up next time, to go, thank you. You actually want to have a conversation with me about this. Awesome. An objection is not a no, depending on how we handle it, right? So it means that basically they still want to have a conversation with you. So powerful. Okay, let's find out where they are stuck, why they are stuck, and let's help them get unstuck so they too can reap the benefits of this amazing business opportunity that we have, right? Was this helpful? Let me know. Can you see yourself using this? I hope your answer is yes. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to serve you again on Sunday when I go live next time. Take care and say hello and welcome to the next possibility you have when an objection comes up your way. So all the best from Katrin. See you on Sunday. Bye.